I am joined by two patriots. First Sergeant Monique Denkins, a Houstonian who is the 2011 Army Times Soldier of the Year. Monique, welcome to Houston's Morning News.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is an honor and a privilege to have you here. And may I first say to you and to Gary, who will introduce here in a moment. I'll let you introduce Gary. Thank you for your service to this great country of ours. We certainly do appreciate it. I like nothing more, and I know Lois feels the same way, than to congratulate our soldiers for a job well done and to thank you for a job well done. We're going to talk about your honor here as Army Times Soldier of the Year in just a moment. Gary reached out to me and to Michael Berry, and I want to thank you for sending along that email. And Gary, introduce yourself, and you are Monique's commanding officer, correct?
Yes, sir, I am. I was the commanding officer for the 201st Signal Company in Seoul, Korea.
Explain to me what made you want to nominate Monique. I know this is quite an honor, and she has to qualify in a few different levels here to be considered to be the Army Times Soldier of the Year.
She did. She had to go through 4 different qualification levels, and basically the reason why we nominated First Sergeant Denkins was because we wanted a leader that really epitomized what taking care of soldiers is all about, and she does that on a day-to-day basis. And I have never seen anyone in my 8-year Army career of somebody who takes care of soldiers the way that she does.
First Sergeant, that's got to make you feel pretty good. Do you feel as though you're just doing your job? When I talk to soldiers, that's what they always tell me. They say, Matt, I'm just doing my job.
That is it exactly. It makes me kind of feel gooey inside, but because it's only me doing exactly what I'm supposed to do as a senior NCO, and I want to pass that on to my soldiers. So in order to be a good leader, you've got to know how to follow, and I want my soldiers, I want to be for them to be able to emulate me and make the Army better.
You set the bar very high for the rest of us. Both of you do. And you set the bar very high for America, and I know we look to you to do an awful lot of things. To win an award like this has got to be very satisfying for you as well. We all compete on lots of different levels. I do my job too, but it's always nice to be recognized by your peers and certainly by your CO for a job well done. And on behalf of the city of Houston, we want to thank you as well, because you're a Houstonian. First one, I understand, to get this award, huh?
Roger that. And it's a great honor. And I will not let anyone down. I will continue to do the things that I've done before and be the leader that I am.
And we're convinced of that. We're going to come back in just a second with First Sergeant Monique Denkins. She is a Houstonian who is the very first Houstonian to win the very prestigious Army Times Soldier of the Year. We're going to find out exactly what that means. I would assume, First Sergeant, you're going to Washington. Will you be meeting the president?
Don't know about the president, but the Secretary of the Army, definitely.
Well, the president's in and out of meetings pretty quickly. It's very possible he might be able to find some time for you. I certainly hope that he does. We're going to come back and explain exactly what she will be doing here in the course of the next couple of days. We are joined by First Sergeant Monique Denkins. She will be the recipient of the 2011 Army Times Soldier of the Year. She was nominated by her CO, who was also here with us, Captain Gary Jones. And Gary and First Sergeant Denkins, I want to thank you so much for joining us here today. You're normally up this early. I mean, you're used to getting up at 0600, correct?
Or earlier.
Explain to me, First Sergeant, what takes place now as you go to Washington, D.C. I understand it will be General Martin Dempsey who will be giving you this award. Is that right?
That is correct. And we'll have a whole week of events lined up, and on Thursday, that's when the actual award ceremony will be. It's going to be for all branches of the services, so it'll be the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. So it'll be 5 awardees, and it's 3 of the 5 awardees for the first time ever are females. That
is terrific. And what does that say, do you think, First Sergeant, about our armed services in 2011?
I think what that really says is that we as women are actually being integrated into the service, and we're being allowed to do our jobs without holding us back at all.
What was it that made you want to be a soldier, First Sergeant? I'm sure that a lot of women have come to you and asked you what made you decide that you wanted to serve this country, that you wanted to volunteer for this Army. It is a volunteer Army, and you had choices, and this is the choice that you made, and we're grateful for that. But what was it that made you finally say, yes, this is what I want to do?
First of all, it was the pride, and I wanted to serve my country. And secondly, my brother-in-law was a tanker, and this was doing Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and he was so prideful, and I just loved to see him in uniform. And he told me that I could do anything that I wanted to do. And as I came in, it was just so easy because it started at home with the discipline and everything that my parents put into me, especially my mother. And so it just made me want to serve and give back. And my drill sergeants were my first contact with the military service, and I'm telling you, it pushed me over the edge. I wanted to be a drill sergeant, and I always wanted to be a first sergeant. And I've accomplished both so far.
So you are now yelling at people, and that is that makes you. And listen, I understand that can be fun sometimes. Captain Jones, tell me, give me just two of the best qualities of First Sergeant Denkins, and the reason why you nominated her, and indeed she won the 2011 Army Times Soldier of the Year.
With First Sergeant Denkins, it's really the whole soldier concept and the positive characteristics that she has exemplified in her day-to-day duties have represented everything that's good in our Army. And in today's times, there's so many stories out there about toxic leadership, but I can definitely say that her soldiers have come to trust her completely and follow her instinctively.
That is terrific. Captain, I want to thank you for emailing our news director, Roger Hudson, who then made Michael Berry and I aware of what was going on, and we appreciate that very, very much. This is a story, in my opinion, First Sergeant, that is certainly up there with all of our important stories. A Houstonian that has done so very well, that leads others in our armed services. And Captain, thank you for making sure that we know about First Sergeant Denkins. I want to wish you the very best. Your family's got to be extremely proud, and Houston First Sergeant is extremely proud. Congratulations on this great honor.
Thank you very much.